So I'm gonna really enjoy this. Today we're doing a list of 10 watches that are deep divers. They're all under $2,000, and actually they're going from $150 to up to $2,000. All of them will be under $2,000 in this list. I have 10 deep divers to go through. All will have over 1,000 meters of water resistance. Some have slightly less, however, those are ones that are sort of extra to the list. So there are 10 with 1,000 meters of water resistance between that $150 and $2,000. So let's get started with number 1 on the list. The first watch on this list is a Christopher Ward. This is the C60 Elite 1000. This is a 1,000 meter dive watch in grade 2 titanium. It's a very wearable watch. You even get a display case back, Sellita SW200. Really great specs on this watch, and it all comes in under $2,000, around $1,600 and change. It's a 42 millimeter watch, and of course it comes in a couple of different colors, but I think the black and red are the best. Automatic diver with 1,000 meters of water resistance from Christopher Ward. You really cannot go wrong. Next on this list, I am talking about Zelos. Zelos make a wide array of deep diving watches, going from around 500 meters water resistance up to around 3,000 meters of water resistance. All of these watches are affordable in the range of around $1,000, going down to around $500. So you can get some really amazing watches with really great water resistance in that range. We're talking about watches like the Thresher, the Abyss, and of course the Hammerhead. These are 3 watches that you can get with very high water resistance. And of course they are from Zelos, so they are automatic. They have amazing lume, great bezel action, and of course they're really well made. That's basically what Zelos is known for. Really good quality for a very good price. And these are really true deep divers that you could use diving or wearing every day, and you'll always have a great watch on your wrist with the Zelos. Next on this list, I believe, is the only quartz watch that I have on this list. It is, of course, a Seiko. It's the Tuna. This is a 1,000 meter dive watch. The Tuna obviously gets its nickname from the shape of its case. It's a round case that's very wearable considering its size. The specific one that I'm talking about here is the SBB N047. It's powered by the caliber 7C46. It's a very high-tech, high-accurate quartz movement, and that's really not a bad thing when you're considering that this is a dive watch. You want something that's very reliable, very accurate, and obviously you get all of that with a quartz movement. These are rugged watches, and originally the Tuna was built for professionals, so this is technically a professional dive watch. Moving into number 4 on this list, this is Deep Blue. I've actually never featured a Deep Blue here on my channel. However, they are very affordable. They feature automatic movements like the NH35. However, they make watches with 1,000 meters of water resistance that you can get for around $150. If you want to buy it directly from them, you can get it for around $300, so around $299. Specifically, one of the watches that I'm talking about is the Pro C Diver. This sort of looks like a cross between a Citizen and a Seiko. They are actually very good watches for the money. They're pretty well made, and of course you're getting that 1,000 meters of water resistance, so you really cannot go wrong. Speaking of Citizen, number 5 on this list is a Pro Diver. It's the Pro Diver 1000. This is another watch that sort of looks like a tuna can. It's a large round case. You have a very special locking mechanism for the bezel. This is an insane watch. It's very large. However, it's also Eco Drive. So this is actually solar powered. Another watch that is really, really practical, very similar to that Tuna, and it comes in at around the same price, $1,800, same price as the Tuna that I mentioned before. A really great watch, sort of an alternative to the Seiko if you don't like the look of that Seiko. Next on this list is a really weird watch. It is the Gauge from Helson. Helson makes some really weird, interesting watches. Most of them are dive watches. This is probably their weirdest watch. It's a large watch, around 47 millimeters. It looks like an old-fashioned diving gauge. It's 47 millimeters, but it doesn't wear large because it has a round case. That's sort of a theme throughout this list. You get 2,000 meters of water resistance, and the one that I specifically really love is the one that is powered by an ETA 2824. It gets a power reserve, and it's in bronze and stainless steel. Now, they've made these in different iterations, but that is my favorite. These are weird watches, and I really do like them. One day I plan on owning one. However, obviously I have a lot of watches on my list, but this is definitely one of them. And also, I do want to mention this comes in at around $1,800. Depending on if you buy it on the secondary market, you can get them a little bit cheaper. Next on this list is the most wearable watch on this list. It is a Nevada Grenchen, and this is the PacMan, the Depth Master. It gets its name PacMan from its indices. It sort of looks like Pac-Man. However, you get 1,000 meters of water resistance in a 39 millimeter watch. It's powered by a Soprod movement, the P024. This is a movement that I've seen in a lot of other watches recently. It's an ETA clone, very similar to the 2824, a really reliable movement in a really robust 1,000 meter dive watch that's actually pretty nicely sized for someone with a smaller wrist. One of the best deals on this list, or at least in my opinion, is Zodiac, the Zodiac Super Seawolf Saturation Diver 68. This is an amazing watch with a very sort of 70s or late 1960s style, but you're getting an STP 111, which is a Swiss-made movement from STP, owned by the Fossil Group. That's their parent company. But these are great watches that look great with really high quality. If you've ever had a Zodiac in hand, they're actually really well made at a very good price. So this comes in well under $2,000, around $1,500, and even cheaper on the secondary market. You get a great bracelet on this watch, and of course, 1,000 meters of water resistance. So this is a deep diver, and it's at a great price from a brand that actually has a real heritage, which is pretty cool. Number 9 on this list is a crazy watch that I actually owned and sold. This is a Bulova Sea King 1000. It's a watch that's made in titanium. It's very, very large. It's around 50 millimeters. It has a locking mechanism for the bezel. The bezel action on this watch was some of the most insane bezel action I've ever encountered. However, it is giant, almost unwearable at 50 millimeters. Plus it has this extra bezel locking mechanism on the side, so it wears like a 60 millimeter watch. It is insane. However, it was a limited edition, and it was meant to be sort of a display of what Bulova could do with the Sea King. 1,000 meters in titanium, and these were actually affordable when they came out. Powered by an 8 series Miyota movement, which was kind of weird. And these sell for way over what they originally sold for when they were new. On the secondary market today. I bought one and sold one, and maybe one day I'll own one again. Last but not least, number 10 on this list is Aqua Dive. The Aqua Dive 100 is a very good looking watch from a brand that was revived. So this was a brand that was popular in the 1960s and 1970s. They made a lot of really great dive watches powered by an ETA movement, the 2824. They're around 43 millimeters, and they get 1,000 meters of water resistance. These are really great buys on the secondary market as well. You can get them for around $1,000. However, brand new, if you can find them, they're around $1,800. Definitely worth that money because these are really well-made divers. As I do pretty often with these lists, I like to give an honorary mention. I'd like to also mention the Casio Seastar 2000. That is a 600 meter dive watch. However, these are very, very affordable, around $1,000, and they don't have that extra 400 meters of water resistance, but do you really need it? These are around 46 millimeters, so they are large, but they're really cool. They get beautiful dials, the textured dials that they put on here with wave patterns, really good looking, ceramic bezels, and of course it's powered by the Powermatic 80. Actually, the only watch in this list that I've mentioned that was powered by that movement. Really great movement, and obviously a really great watch. That's why I wanted to bring it up on this list. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think down in the comments below. I've mentioned around 10 watches that have 1,000 meters of water resistance between the price of $150 and $2,000. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I am sure there are plenty of other watches that I missed from this list, please tell me one of those watches that you know down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel and I very much appreciate it. Anyway guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.